Hey, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time you're looking at my face right now. I just want to give you my greeting, and my salutation is grace and peace to all. And I pray that your week is full of nothing but grace, peace, love, joy, and happiness, and a lot of whatever you need. A lot of favor in your life, a lot of mercy, okay? Listen, now, what I got to tell y'all today, it's going to be a little tight, but it's definitely going to be right. And my goal is to make sure that I be obedient to God and says what on my mind. And usually when I say what's on my mind, it helps somebody else. So hopefully my message will help you today. You may not like it, but if you listen long enough, you'll get free, okay? Anyway, so today class we're going to talk about idolizing relationships. Yeah, it's one of those messages. So if you want to go ahead and click off now, go on about your business, because I'm going to be tight and I'm going to be right. And of course, I'm not going to be that long. So with that being said, let me get into my testimony. So 2020, right? I have a friend of mine who I still consider him a brother in Christ. Nothing changed. We're just not in communication anymore. We used to pray together. We used to, counsel each other, support each other, and whatever we did, we was like really good friends. And we used to pray together all the time. And I'm going to give you this tidbit, this little tip. Okay, when you're a believer, whether you're saved and unsaved, when you pray, don't pray with somebody who is of the opposite sex. Or if you're attracted to the same sex, don't pray with those people unless you are in a relationship or a match with that person. It's very dangerous to pray with someone who, especially single people, married people, because people cheat, whatever. Okay, let's go over here with that. Stay over there. Be careful when praying with someone you're attracted to, okay? Or even if you're not attracted, you can gain attraction when you are joining souls. That's how you create soul ties with people. There's other ways you can create soul ties, but that's another topic for another day. But I just want to let you know, don't be praying with no man if you're a woman, or praying with somebody you like, or they may like you. You never know. Be careful, okay? But anyway, so one day, me and my homeboy was praying or whatever, and we was like, we was fasting, like, God sent us our husbands, God sent us, his wife, my husband, God blessed us with cars and houses and finances, all that stuff. We were coming together in agreement with a lot of things. And one day we were having a conversation, and I can't remember if he brought up the topic or I brought up the topic of idolizing relationships. And what I mean by idolizing, like, okay, in the Bible it talks about there's only one true God. You don't worship no other God but God. And if you don't worship God in the Holy Spirit, the Holy Trinity, that's a whole collective. If you don't worship them and you worship something else, that's idol worship. That means that you put something else before God. So I think it was I brought it up. No, he brought it up. He said he was watching. Yeah, that's right. He said he was watching something, and the person was talking about idol worship, as far as relationships. And in that moment when he brought it up, I meditated on it. Like, we ended up getting off the phone or whatever. We went into prayer and asked God to forgive us for idol worship, idolizing wanting to be a husband or wanting to be a wife, and idolizing material things. We want to serve God in spirit and in truth, and we want to be true servants. We don't want to idolize, things. We want to idolize God. We want to worship God. We want to obey God. We want to, be righteous and holy unto the Lord. So I meditated on it. I was like, what am I idolizing? Yeah, okay, yeah, I want a husband. Yeah, I want kids. Yeah, right? So I'm like, about a month I meditated on it. God kept showing me I'm idolizing. And I realized, right? So recently, I pay attention to social media. Everybody's like, on TikTok or Instagram, even on Facebook, all social media platforms, pretty much, people are prophesying, oh, your kingdom spouse, oh, your kingdom this, your husband is coming, your wife is coming, And then when people get these things, and this is why idol worship is very dangerous, because you put your desires before God. And when you put your desires before God, that means that you idolize those things. And when you idolize those things, God will show you You really didn't need it. And you really wasn't even prepared for what you were asking for. Get to know me first. Get to love me first. Oh, that was my testimony. Now let me get into my message. Y'all, I'm all over the place this morning. Baby, I'm all early. I've been up saying 5, lit, ready to go, okay? So, excuse me. But anyways, like I was saying, God sat me down and showed me that I'm idolizing everything but him. And because I was idolizing everything but him, he will give me those things, but it will come in a form of a counterfeit, like people like to say, oh, God is the devil is sending you a counterfeit before he send you the real thing. Now God is sending you the counterfeit too, to show you that you ain't ready. You thought you was, but you ain't. Or sometimes it could be God, a person, a job, or a car, or whatever. It could be God sent, but because you're not healed from trauma, you're not willing to compromise, it'll seem like it's a counterfeit, and a lot of times it's not. It could be, it couldn't be. I'm not God, so I don't know. I'm just saying, speaking from my own experience, y'all know me. I'm the first partaker into the message. I don't speak on nothing I ain't been through. So, again, I noticed recently, back to my point, recently I noticed that people are always like, your kingdom spouse is coming, and the person you're dealing with is a narcissist, and this, and just all kind of negative things. Instead of saying to people, hey, when you want this husband, when you want this wife, don't put them before God. Don't let circumstances in that, and I'm talking about relationships. We don't talk about, we talking about relationships, because y'all know I deal with the mind and the heart. So everybody wants to be in love. And if you tell me you don't, you're a dang lie. Just be real. Everybody wants the husband, the kids, the car. Everybody just wants to live a peaceful, a life full of love and happiness, right? Who wants to be alone? Nobody. I don't care who you are. But here's the thing. Because of us saying to God, God, send me a husband, or God, send me a wife. When God sends you someone and they don't come the way that you want them packaged, they become narcissists. Oh, this is not from God, and and really God is showing you your ministry through the person. When you put a person before God, when you put a job before God, when things become your God, God will take you through it to show you that you can't put nothing before him. Bitterness comes in, anger comes in, betrayal comes in, unforgiveness comes in. All kind of, when you deal with idol worship, gotta tear you up just so you can come back to him. And sometimes it's too late. By the time you be like, you know what, God, I give you my relationship. God, have your way. God said, baby, you don't push them away. They don't push you away. I can't fix that. Or sometimes God will say, I can fix it. I just want to see how long it was going to take for you to come back to worshiping me and not this relationship. Yeah. I don't know who need to hear this message, but I'm telling you, stop idolizing your relationship. I see women all the time. Again, narcissist this and toxic this, and your dude's not answering the phone, he's cheating. If he got this and this, he's doing this and he's doing that, and you're an angel. You're so loyal, and you cook and you clean. That's all you have to do. No, baby, you need to heal. Because obviously, when God puts people together, they're a mirror for each other. And if your mirror is dirty, that person's mirror is dirty too. It's smeared. So clean your mirror first before you try to teach somebody to clear their own mirror. I know y'all ain't gonna like me this morning, but I don't care. Because guess what? I love you. And I'd rather you be free than be stupid and stuck. Okay? We just gonna keep it a buck over here. Because guess what? I be real with me. The Holy Spirit be real with me. God sent me some people. When I first got saved, God sent me people like, girl, you need to get your stuff together. You a mess, ain't it? And I thank God for those people. Whether they were a mess themselves, we're not here to talk about them. We're talking about idolizing relationships. Even with friendships. Like we, have a high expectation of people. We want people to be us or be like us when you don't even know who you are, really. You expect that you are the people, but you don't even trust yourself enough to know that you made the right decision from dealing with someone. So how can you expect that you are the people when you don't even trust yourself? Stop idolizing. With social media, it don't make it no better. This person got a house, this person got a car, person got a good husband, this person got a good wife, this person got children, they all be well dressed and all that stuff, but really on the inside could be going through it. It's all a mirage. So while we're focusing on single, I'm talking about single people. I'm not single, I'm in a relationship, you know what I'm saying, but I'm not married, so technically I'm still kind of single, but that's besides the point. But yeah, like, we got to get to a place, you guys. I'm talking to women and men alike. This ain't just for the sisters. It's for y'all brothers too, because I know y'all be watching. We have to get to a place where we stop idolizing people and what we want them to be or who we expect for them to be, and learn to be ourselves and be true and authentic of who we are. Learn to set boundaries within ourselves, because everybody likes to be like, again, the narc thing. You gotta learn how to love yourself. You do. It's true. Y'all know I did a video last week talking about loving self-love, God love. It's the truth. Because loving yourself is not just being able to set boundaries with people. It's to set boundaries with yourself. If you're dealing with someone who's not really emotionally intelligent as you, right? Okay, so for example, me, right? I'm a very expressive person. I'm very, I used to be that way. I used to be a little jerk, and I just bottle my feelings up, and then I get mad, and then I end up in jail for beating up somebody or whatever, or somebody get beat up and blood be everywhere. It's a lot, but I digress. So, for example, right, me and my relationship, I'm more expressive about my feelings and what I'm going through. My dude isn't. And for a long time, I was struggling with that, because I was like, babe, what's wrong? And he'd be like, nothing wrong. I had to realize when he's ready to talk. And what I learned dealing with him, what I'm learning from dealing with him, is that he's not me and I'm not him, and we process things differently. And I have to give him the space to be comfortable enough to come and talk to me about whatever he's going through when he's ready to do it. But at first it was a struggle, because I'm like, what's wrong? Go crazy, like, did I do anything? And then we start arguing. He's like, you ain't did nothing, why you tripping? It was like a big thing. And now it's like, all right, you over there with your little poop face. Whenever you're ready to talk, I'm here, love. Let me just leave it at that. And the same thing goes to me. Sometimes I don't be feeling like expressing myself. Sometimes he'll be like, what's wrong with you? And I'll be like, nothing. And then he'll give me the space. And when I'm ready to talk, he's willing to listen. And that's another thing, too. And I'm finna go. All right, y'all know I try to make my videos 20 minutes or less. So I'm going to say this little tidbit before I go. We can't control people. We can't. And if you truly love someone, you have to be patient with them. Stop trying to make people be you, especially in a relationship. Stop doing it, because you are creating an idol. You are so fixated on trying to fix something that does not need to be fixed. It needs to be processed. Trust the process in your relationship, okay? Now, granted, I don't know if me and my dude gonna get married. I don't know if we're gonna, we're not living together right now, so I don't know if we're gonna live in the same house. I don't know what's to happen, but I'm enjoying the process, because not only am I growing, so is he. So at the end of the day, I stopped making, at first I did make him an idol in me, because I was going through it. But when I realized that prayer that me and my friend prayed about idol worship, it came back to me about a year ago. And I realized, like, Cara, you're making him your idol. And God is not pleased. So when I stopped making him an idol and started asking God to give me strength and courage to endure the trials that we're going through, or, well, we went through, so to speak, it shifted. So, with that being said, I love you guys. And I hope I said something that hit your ear gates and blessed you. Again, stop making idols of people, especially even your family. You can idolize your family, like, God, change my family. My family doesn't like me. They hate me. And one more thing, and I'm gonna go. Stop. Okay, a few more things. Stop expecting you out of people. Stop trying to control people's narrative and their process. They are owed a due process in life. That's why God gave us free will. And another thing, mind yourself. Yeah, this person doing this. Yeah, this person doing that. Don't let it bother you. Because when you serve God, like I said, this my message is universal. I got friends on here that's witches, burn sage, all that stuff. So I be talking to everybody. I ain't against none of y'all. You against me, you better be careful. But anyways, I digress again. But not real talk. It's important to understand that you cannot expect the you out of people. You have to love people where they are. You have to be patient. And if you're not willing to do that, let them go, okay? Anyways, until next time, love you guys. Peace.